I have never much liked the image of the shepherd and the sheep. This metaphor Jesus uses to describe his relationship with us. And I was complaining about this sappy metaphor to a priest friend just this last Thursday night. And so he asked me why I was really resisting this image. My reply, it is an insult to our intelligence. He asked me to go on. I said to him, I can't get past the reality that sheep are about the dumbest of all animals, and I resent the implication that I am that dumb and that stupid and that easily led astray and that unable to care for myself and that needy. His response, and so? And your point is? Now at this point I found myself in that conversation bristling some and getting a bit defensive. But I got it. I really got it. Though I am probably the dumbest guy in this chapel tonight, I got it. I fancy myself pretty smart. And yet I do some really dumb things. Really dumb. Like stupid things. All the time. And I began to realize that sin is doing dumb things when I know better. Sin is doing really dumb things even when I know better. This was a breakthrough for me with this image, I'm telling you. It gave me a chance later that night to take a look at some of the dumb things that I have done in my life and with my life. And it gave me a chance later that night to realize that I need a shepherd. I need to be shepherded. I need guidance. And I need help along the way. I need a wisdom beyond me and arms to catch me. I need forgiveness. And sometimes I even need a miracle if I am to ever love like he loved. If I am ever to be as generous with my life as he was generous with his. I need a light beyond me to light my way when I get lost in the darkness of my own stupid choices. I need God. And I need his Jesus. You are all very, very smart. If you are a WashU student here tonight, you are 1 in a million. Well, let's make that 1 in 25,000. You are indeed amongst the best and the brightest in the world. And you have the ACT scores, and you have the grades, and you have the leadership ability to show for it. You got in. Most in this world could have never. But you got in. I hope you're smart enough to know that. And yet I know that you do some really dumb things. You've made some really stupid choices, and I've been there for some of them. And I hope you're smart enough to know that too. Stupid choices. Like using porn when you know that it will very likely someday mess up your marriage. Or your marriage now, if you happen to be. Stupid choices. Like unprotected sex or random hookups when you know that it might hurt you or her or him or even kill you. Like texting when you drive. Like staying up so late, too late, being hungover the next day when some cool stuff could have happened for you that next day, and there could have been some neat friendships and neat conversation time, but you didn't show up for it, at least emotionally, because you were too hungover, too tired. You missed almost everything that next day of your life because of those choices. Like procrastinating and having that come around and kick you in the rear. Like cashing a check with no money in the bank. Or ratcheting up that credit card bill way beyond your means to pay it. Like thinking your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your partner or your spouse will never find out. Shall I go on? How smart was that? We get a 4.0 grade and we flunk common sense. We have a 1 in a million IQ and we get lost on the way to our eternal salvation. Maybe, just maybe, this image of the shepherd and the dumb little sheep scooped up in his arms and cradled there isn't so silly after all. Maybe it's not so insulting as we thought. Maybe it's just honest. Just honest and real. And maybe it might be just about the best good news ever. Ever. To know that when we're at our dumbest, and after we've made those really stupid decisions, we have someone who will care for us. Someone who will show us the way again. Someone who will forgive us our stupidity and not let us just wallow in it, but teach us and guide us and inspire us back to being our best selves. Someone who will help us not make that dumb decision next time. So, having been a bit humbled by my friend last Thursday night, I got to tell you, I am quite grateful tonight. And perhaps in the face of some of the dumb decisions you've made, you might be too. I am grateful that in the world of life and of love, we have a coach. We have a mentor. We have a light. I am grateful that we have a shepherd.